Big gulps, huh? That was disgusting.
It was a little burp. It was very dry.
Preemptively, me and Nate have been awake longer than we normally are when we record this. So
This is true.
possibly a little bit different energy, possibly a little bit different IQ at this point in the day.
Bush did 9/11.
Okay, Nate won't be back next week because he's getting taken out. Um, Interesting week.
Very.
We got Finest Baseball, which it's the hobby side, pretty much the same. Whenever I'm describing the product in person, I describe Finest as a higher quality Topps Chrome with a shorter checklist. Um, Definitely have a higher chance of pulling like a Hall of Fame autograph out of Finest than you do Topps Chrome. The actual card stock is better. And this is the debut, first ever pack pulled rookie cards of Connor Griffin. Um, the other big information with Topps Finest this year is they are doing a air quotes mega box. It is not mega in size, but
It is not the same size as every other Topps Mega Box.
never. It is, if you remember, if you've been collecting for a while and you remember when Topps Finest used to have mini boxes, the mega isn't that far off of size.
Yeah, it's a little bit wider.
Yeah, it has enough for like two. There's 8 packs. There's two rows of 4 packs each.
It's got huge tracts of land.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Oh man,
No,
that's your homework. You got to watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I have. I don't remember all these little things. But long story short, I like it. We have seen a decent amount of it ripped. It's hitting on all the things it usually does for us. Quality, checklist. I believe all the autographs should be on card.
I think
I
so.
mean, I don't know of anything in it that wouldn't be.
Maybe the patch autos.
Yeah, sometimes that might be. Yeah, because Bowman's best, I think patch autographs have stickers and the other autographs are on card or something. I don't know. Anytime we're sure of something, it probably isn't. Like they probably are throwing a little bit of a.
What are they throwing?
I don't know. They're throwing something different. Um, but it's been. If you're listening to this now and you want a mega, I'd say stop by this weekend because they've been selling through pretty fast. Honestly,
Rightfully
Hoppy,
so.
yeah,
They've been pretty solid. We're seeing on average probably one or two numbered cards per mega.
the mini diamond exclusives look very good.
Yes.
Out of the first case, we had someone pull pink mini diamonds, Paul Skeens. It's just overall, like I like Finest a lot. I know that a lot of people's hesitancy the last few years has just been price point. Um, but if you are if the price point does not make you shy away from it, understand that the quality is good. Like I can't guarantee every box will be good, but like you don't go in thinking like very rarely do we see quality control issues on Finest. It's not like Topps Chrome, depending on what run you get, what SKU you get, you can have some centering problems and that kind of thing. Finest, we really don't usually see that. Much
Like
lower production.
maybe the occasional like surface dimple.
Some roller marks maybe on some parallels historically or
A
something.
couple of
Which,
the cards are on fire.
yeah, fire trash can is inside. But nice. I mean, it's a nice product. Topps Chrome Black Football is this week as well. Um, it's probably going to be hitting the same type of consistency that the Chrome Baseball has
Yeah.
hit recently. You're going to get the one encased autograph plus an additional pack. I love black. We had a customer in yesterday that is traditionally a Pokemon collector that they are doing the base set of Chrome Black Baseball. Just like they're doing the full
Yeah.
base set in a binder. And I was like, it's exactly how I would collect that set if it was me. You rip it to chase maybe, but like it's a cool set to collect because every card is nice in Chrome Black. And then the big question mark mystery, what the heck is going on?
Who
every
done
week?
it?
Goodwin Champions.
Yes.
Upper Deck dropped an absolute nuke yesterday with Goodwin Champions. Of course, after all pre-orders had gone in and you can't get any more, and it is off the market now.
No comment.
Which we, of course, we did not order a lot of it because historically we get stuck with a decent amount of Goodwin.
Now, a decent amount to be stuck with would be 0.
We get stuck with
A lot.
yes, usually it's one of our Black Friday deals, and I like Goodwin, I do, but there are in the upside part of Goodwin is great. The mid-level boxes typically are just not great, and there's a lot of cards in there that you don't want. If I'm rating Goodwin as far as just like cool cards that are in it, it's really high. It's way up there. They've done exquisite patch autographs. They've done really cool historic relics. They get interesting people to sign autographs. This year is it Bill Nye?
Bill Nye, David Blaine, George
Yeah, like
Lopez.
I know historically they had Yamal last year. I think
I
they've
think
had.
so.
They usually get like big baseball prospect and football prospect, basketball prospects, even though they don't have those licenses. They
Not
typically
so
get them.
many of those this year. They have a big MMA guy. I forget who though.
I don't know, but the big kickers they have the 86 Fleer signed packs, hand numbered by Jordan, 23 packs, and then I don't know if I totally understand. There is a signed box that is a one of one. I don't know if it is a complete 36 pack box or if it is just the empty box. I didn't.
If it is the empty box, what did they do with the other 13 packs?
Well, what I'm getting at is there's partial boxes that come up for auction all the time. So it could have been a 23 pack box that they had Jordan sign the 23 packs, and then sign the actual cardboard, or they got loose packs plus a full box. If it is a full box of 86 Fleer, signed by Jordan, hand numbered by him, and encased, I don't even know what it would be worth. I think the packs by themselves are like six-figure packs,
Yeah, I was gonna say that
seven
is
figures.
that. Yeah, it's gonna be 7 figures.
I've never, now granted, I don't know. I mean, there's tons of stuff out there that I've never seen. I personally have never seen a signed 86 Fleer pack by Jordan. Mostly because whenever it first came out, people probably were never thinking of that. And since Jordan's rise to fame, Upper Deck has had him as an exclusive dealer, and they've never done it. Like, you're not, the average person wouldn't have been taking like an 86 Fleer pack to like one of the golf outings that Jordan's at and having him sign that. So like Upper Deck's the only people who have the opportunity.
Or if they did, they probably lost that pack gambling with Jordan.
And he would collect on that debt as soon as possible. But I just think that's so innovative. I like to daydream, and my brain never shuts off, and I like to think of like cool, interesting stuff.
Kind
I
of like Topps did with Series 1, putting the mantle redemption.
Yeah, like this is not one. If you would have told me to come up with 100 ideas for Upper Deck to put in Goodwin, I got to be honest, I'm not coming up with that idea. It's a great idea. I think that other companies should maybe even think about doing this now. Like have Tom Brady sign a Bowman Chrome pack or something. Like I like the idea. I think it's
Yeah.
really cool. And he signed them all in great like silver ink. Like they're gorgeous.
It's a very nice paint pen.
It's great, and I'm sure they will be redemptions. But they've show Upper Deck has posted pictures, meaning these are already live.
Yeah.
Like they're signed, ready to be
They
delivered.
have them in hand.
They're slabbed. I don't know who they're slabbed by.
It's like Upper Deck's thing.
Like the same
Like-
thing with the cup,
Yeah, the same thing they do with the cup.
which I think it is a grading company that does it. It's not one of the major ones. I think it is like a grading company that Upper Deck has do it for them, but they're doing like I'm guessing a lot of their business at this point is probably doing stuff for Upper Deck.
Yeah.
But I mean, every single pack will be six figures. In that box, if that is a complete 86 Fleer box, it's seven figures because the box is worth a quarter million
Maybe
plus. I don't know. I mean, at this point,
23 million.
investors would maybe shy away from getting too crazy because they could think like Upper Deck could just do it again.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty exciting. It's pretty cool. Like I'm sure someone's complaining somewhere and yelling off a rooftop that this is stupid, which you're wrong. This is really badass. and it has Upper Deck kind of a way to distribute licensed basketball cards without distributing licensed basketball cards because they're
Yeah,
technically licensed Fleer cards. Um, I and that's how they could do. Upper Deck could probably still do some buybacks with Jordan too, with buying back old Upper Deck stuff. I don't know. Maybe they'll do that again. I know people have complained in recent years that Jordan doesn't have enough autographs out there, and that's because they really only put him in Goodwin and Metal Universe Champions.
at this point, yeah.
And I don't know. It's
And then just signed memorabilia.
which it's astronomically expensive on their website. But yeah, that's cool. I don't. I think so. Goodwin, Finest, Black. I don't know that. Oh, they're
No,
All Star.
yeah, MLB Series 2 All Star Edition mega boxes, which are the appropriate size for a mega box.
Yes. Um, it's the pack total is I think accurate to like what Panini's megas were because Topps megas nowadays are like bigger, like they're
Yeah,
14 card
they
packs
are
for flagship.
hefty.
Yeah, those All Star ones they are $55 and you're getting like 3 pounds of cards, like not quite, but you know what I mean. They're you're getting a lot of cards. Um, and then I think that's it for releases this week though. Like it's short but heavy. Like there's good product, just not a ton of stuff.
It's a Danny DeVito release week.
Short and stocky
Yeah,
and funny.
yes. I'm the trash man.
Um, then next week, the big one will be the Pokey release, which Nate can touch on that.
Yes. Next week, big release for Pokemon. One of their next like flagship sets. Pitch Black releases next Friday on the 17th. I think it'll be a decently well received set. I don't think people are going to go like astronomically insane over it, but I do think people will like it. So I think it'll be similar to Chaos Rising in terms of sales, maybe a little bit better.
What's the big chase card?
There's a Darkrai EX. I think it's just a regular EX, might be a Mega EX. I'm not sure. But the artist that did it is the one that did the 4 gold cards from Crown Zenith, the V Star Alt Arts.
Those have been
Those have been on the rise.
those have also been like a fun chase where people are trying to go after all four.
Yeah.
I know that we've had them traded into us several times where
Yes.
they had all four.
We
But-
just bought one of them not even half an hour ago.
All right, shooter. No, it's not shoot for
Shooter.
where's Billy Madison did that not but an hour. What is it? Like the phrase for Happy Gilmore? Like Shooter McGavin did whatever and they're like Happy Gilmore
yes.
accomplished that not much more than an hour ago.
Don't touch me.
I'm gonna touch you.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's product wise, I don't know next week what is coming out. I mean, we're a couple weeks out from Topps Chrome Baseball, which if you are paying attention, Connor Griffin is in it, and we have pre-orders for blasters on the website at 100% straight MSRP. You're getting the same price as you would if you got lucky on Topps. So put those pre-orders in; they will be available for pickup on release day, or we can ship them to you, and they'll be shipped out that same day.
It's going to be a very hot release locally, especially because Connor Griffin, who wasn't on the Series 2 checklist, does have rookies in the Chrome checklist, and they're not short prints. He's just part of the regular set. So that is going to be the one of the rare cases where a player's Chrome rookie is going to be before their flagship paper rookie.
Yeah, which I guess at this point he will get a regular update rookie, and then I guess he'll get some sort of rookie-ish card in update too. Probably like what do they usually do? Like the debuts.
They'll probably have the debuts, but I'm guessing that they will just do. He will have a regular rookie in update, and then he will have the debuts in update.
Yeah. Even with him being hurt, I mean, it's still like he's 20. I mean, all of the experts that are like not these like people just looking for reaction really like him. Like me, like the guys at the shop, we love Mark DeRosa. He loves Connor Griffin.
Yeah.
And DeRosa, I think, is a pretty like he doesn't buy into the hype. Usually, like he's one of these guys who'd tell me to calm down.
He's very very good at just knowledge with baseball and stuff like that. I still think he has no business being the manager of Team USA in the World Baseball Classic.
No, that was probably fun though. Hey guys, go party. We don't need to win.
No, he was on. There was a show the other day. He was talking about like his kid was traveling for a weekend tournament, and he's like, "Yep, I was coaching my kids' team and we came in second place. I don't know why that keeps happening."
Yeah, he knows. He's a funny guy. He sees internet reactions to things. Yeah, there's not much else for new product. We've been buying like
Mad Men.
yeah, it's not sustainable. We've been buying a lot. I mean, just today I think we bought like I don't know
37 cards.
now like 6 deals or something. Yesterday was like 5 or 6. It's just consistent like that. We did want to make some housekeeping notes.
Housekeeping.
We're going to remind probably over the next couple episodes about this, but just a reminder, half of our staff will be in Chicago for the National. Keep in mind that when you come into the shop during our open hours, they may not be able to facilitate everything that you need. So yes, they will probably do a little bit of buying, but if you have some groundbreaking collection that needs a lot of effort and know-how from me or Nate, probably delay bringing that in or contacting us. Be patient if it gets some rushes. I know we are going to have some help, but at the core, like most core hours, we're going to be staffed less than we normally are. So be respectful of that. They're going to do
That
their
is
best.
the last week in July into the first weekend of August.
I believe it's 29 to 2 is the show. We're going to be away from 28 to 3.
Okay.
Yeah. We will me and Nate will be out from Tuesday through the next Tuesday. The shop will be open normal hours. There's going to be no hindering the hours. But it may just have a little bit more leeway with if you have certain questions. Like Nate won't be here to help answer a very specific Pokemon question. Marty, Tyler, whoever else we have helping will do their best, but don't hold it against us if we can't get you an exact trade in the moment or something. And let's be honest, most of the people who are going to be doing this, and if they would have a problem, probably are not listening right now.
They're also probably at the National.
Yeah. All-Star Game break starts Sunday, Monday?
Sunday, I believe.
The last games.
Monday is the Home Run Derby on Netflix.
Okay. Has everyone been
No.
announced? No. Me and Nate thought it'd be fun to go through a little bit of the All-Star Game weekend stuff.
There are 3 players that still have to be announced. Let me pull up the list
I'm sure
far.
like every year some guys decline to do it.
Oh, no, absolutely. Especially, like, that's their time to rest.
Yeah, and there's other guys who just like, they don't want to risk getting hurt and stuff too. So I get it. I just miss like when we were like those like 90s into the like mid 2000s era guys. Like I feel like they all just wanted to do it. And they weren't worried about getting hurt. They're just like, yeah, let's just go hit a bunch of dingers.
Yeah. No, I would imagine Schwarber will probably be in it. But so far it is Junior Caminero, Ben Rice, Jack Caglione, Wilson Contreras, and Jordan Walker. So yeah, there's still a couple vacancies left. I know a lot of people want to see Harper and Schwarber both in it. I don't know if that's going to happen. It would be super cool since it's in Philly, but between those two, I've already seen what Bryce Harper can do in the home run derby. Mm-hmm. I want to see Schwarber in front of the home crowd.
Has Schwarber never done it?
I think he has. I don't know what he did.
And they changed the rules back.
Yes, they changed the rules back to like there's no longer timed rounds.
But it's outs again.
Yeah, they're back to outs, which I loved immensely better.
Now, are they able to take... So they don't have to do their thing where like they take their time out and get their Gatorade and their towel and stuff. Like, if they want to take a couple pitches, they can.
I think they can still take a timeout to, like, Gatorade maybe convey something to the pitcher.
but they can kind of step out of the box, reset themselves, step back
Yeah.
in, and it's not holding because that's the biggest problem. Like I don't. I'm sure it's some sort of network thing where they're like, we need to keep this thing under X amount of time.
Yeah.
I remember those years where like Bobby Abreu and Josh Hamilton,
Hey,
where
it's
it's like,
1 in the morning.
dude, the one year, but Abreu and Hamilton each had 28 in a round or something, like some crazy
Hamilton has
number.
the record. That was the last year at Yankee Stadium. I want to say
Abreu,
'08.
Abreu might have done it at PNC Park. It might have been
I think
that
he
year.
did.
Because that's the same year that Jason Bay did it. I don't think he hit one. I don't know if he got like. I think he was hitting like line drives. It was terrible. Um, I would like to see. O'Neal Cruz did it last year, right?
I think so.
Yeah, he. It's the kind of thing where you'd like to see guys just absolutely mash in.
Although I'm glad that it's not like the dunk competition where it's like half of it is G Leaguers. Like Mac McClung, slam dunk competition legend,
He doesn't play.
can't play NBA basketball. He can play in the G League okay.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. Like I don't. I like seeing. I want to see more than like one or two guys have a good showing. Um, like it seems like every year there's like the competition isn't really competition. It's like
I want to see somebody catch a home run in a cheesesteak.
a fan, a person in the field, a player.
If they're in the field, are they catching a home run?
Who's to say? I don't. I like the home run derby. You said it's on Monday.
Monday on
Um,
Netflix.
I guess I watch the other stuff because what's the other next thing? You're gonna have the futures game,
You have the Futures game,
home run
the Home Run
derby.
Derby, and you have the All Star game.
Do they have the
They,
celebrity thing still?
I think they do. I don't know if that's televised still. It's always a blast when it is. I love that way more than I like the NBA celebrity game.
I don't watch because I think the one like there was a couple years ago. I like we looked at the teams and I knew like one person in the game because it was all like
Well,
YouTubers
yeah,
and stuff.
no, it's that, and then it's also just like they bring on guys like people who can actually play.
Mm-hmm.
It's like J. Cole,
I
actually a very good basketball player, always plays in those. I'm just like, no, I want to see. I know he's dead, but I want to see Gilbert Godfrey out there.
I want to see. I think the home run derby they should just like let Bonds in it, as long as he physically could do it, and like just be like, all right, guys, we're having 7 current players and a 56-year-old Barry Bonds. If Bonds finishes higher than you, out of the league.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, but it would be
You
great.
could also change it and do like, okay, if you're down to your final out, you can use a metal bat.
Dude, people would die like that. That would be crazy.
Oh no, because that is another one of my favorite things in the home run derby is to watch the kids get pelted out in the
Dude,
field
I
when they can't catch a fly ball.
yeah, I the bigger problem is that these dudes are obviously all they know a pitch is coming, so they're swinging as hard as they can. Some of these kids are like not that deep in the outfield, and you're like, dude, some of these exit velocities are hitting 115 to 120. You're like, there's like a 9-year-old out there. You're like, oh god, man. I every year you see a kid go down,
Oh yeah,
and they just keep going normally, and they'll send
uh-huh.
like some staff out there to go get them because it's live and they have to keep the show has to go on. But it's almost every year that happens. I think it'd be great if like some MLB players kind of went undercover out there and were shagging balls too.
I don't think that they could go undercover because it's all children. Oh yes, I am also a child. I am 6'5".
John Carlos Stanton.
I
I
am
am
12.
12. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm glad that they're going back because I think they've lost some people like me where I watched it if I remembered, but I wasn't like it used to be home run derby, dunk contest. My schedule was clear.
Yeah.
I was like, I am watching this tonight. That is all I'm caring about all day. And recently, it's like I don't know if I happen to remember, like, oh crap, I forgot the home run derby was on
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah. The timed rounds was horrible.
It's terrible. And you said emceeing is Drewski,
Yes.
so meaning on the field with a microphone.
I believe so.
So maybe interviews in the sidelines and well, yeah, I guess it's sidelines kind of.
Foul territory.
Yeah, and then probably like post round interviewing type
Yeah.
stuff. I still, dude, we had the best part though because we had like Pete Chris Berman. We had the good rules.
Back, 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 back.
You had guys not declining to do it. So like usually like the best home run hitters were in it.
Yeah.
And now it's like I don't know. It's a shell of itself. They had to like figure out. Like I said, it had to have been the networks that were pushing for like we need a specific time slot of when this is going to be finished. And you want the players to want to do it again because that's the thing too. Like look at the Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl's gone. Like I
Yeah.
don't know anyone who remotely cares about it now. All Star Game, does it still have consequences?
No.
See, like that's the thing too. Like it should have consequences. Like it should be like
I would call it more so a reward and not a consequence.
I mean,
When they used to do winner got home field advantage in the World Series.
yeah. Like I think there should be something you should play for.
Yeah.
Like it if it's just a game, I don't know that they're playing as hard. You're not getting Pete Rose ending people's careers. Like
No, it's because it's all about money. I saw something this week from 1901 to 2015. A pitcher was pulled with a perfect game of 6+ innings 0 times in those 115 years. From 2016 to 2025, in those 10 years, a pitcher was pulled 3 times when they had a perfect game of 6+ innings. It happened twice in the past week.
interesting.
Like my favorite take on those is like yes, I understand the money aspect of things. Like oh, like Jared Jones almost throwing a perfect game, but he's on a pitch count. The thing that I saw that resonated with me the most was yes, these are, this team's asset, but they're players first. They're people first. If they don't want to go out there, sure, that's fine. If they want the ball back, give it to them.
Yeah, and Jones runs emotional. I would be hard pressed to say that he would not want to be in that game. I think wasn't there a game where like they tried to pull Nolan Ryan out and he told them like go fuck themselves. He
Probably.
didn't come out.
Well, and the one game with Yuri Perez for the Marlins, he went it was 6 or maybe like 6 and a couple outs, perfect game, and they ended up winning the game. At that when he left, they were up 6-0. Final score was 6-5.
So dumb. I don't get it. I think one other thing we wanted to touch base on was Topps has announced that all of the mega boxes that they sell for Top Scrum Update Basketball will have the seals cut. It will be interesting to see what this does to the market. If it just makes online retailers raise their prices because there's less on the market that are sealed. I think it's maybe shifting towards something where like, okay, Topps will supply us X product at X price and we can sell it and get more quantity, but we have to guarantee. We will also cut the seals. That's not really something up for us to decide if that's what happens, but I think ours will still be coming sealed. I don't know. They haven't.
I would assume so.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it's just the mega boxes on their site, so who knows? They're going to sell it in a minute anyway. But that would be interesting to see how that plays out. I know people have had big reactions to it negatively and positively already, and how I tread with this stuff is you kind of have to wait to see it play out. Like having any reaction to that right now is
like
kind of silly.
you have to wait and see how effective the execution is.
I know some people have already showed concerns that from the shipment side of things, I know people have received damaged boxes quite a bit from Topps.com. Some people have shown concern that, like, since they aren't sealed, what if the flaps happen to open at shipment and all the packs come out? That was one of the concerns. Another concern is, how do you not know that co-packers are being entirely up front and not swapping stuff or pulling a loose pack out here or there? I mean, we don't know. Like, you're gonna have to just see how it plays out. Also, if like someone was to receive a box and it has too few packs, it was never sealed. So like I don't know how it's gonna.
That?
Yeah, I don't know how it will work. And I think Tops also doesn't know how it's going to work, and maybe this is why they're when they do it, it's being slow rolled with just one of the SKUs, and it happens to be the SKU that they probably sell the least of. Mega boxes tend to be like the smallest production run of stuff like that. Um, so we'll see. I don't have any further info on that stuff. Obviously, I like when you guys buy your boxes off of us anyway, so I don't really have a note on that. It's just a we'll see type deal. Um, I did want to touch base. Like I said, the next few weeks we'll probably do a little bit more, but um, preparation for the national. We've had numerous people ask us who are going if we would talk about that, which we'll do a
So
deeper
yeah,
dive.
we'll do a deep dive either next week or the week after.
But the initial things I'll talk about is kind of how where we're sitting. Um,
We're sitting right here, not at the national.
Correct. Um, we are in the very beginning stages of prep work. We're at the stage where it's like, all right, you've done your homework. Now you need to follow through, which our homework was buying cards. We have purchased the inventory we wished to purchase. We still will be buying, but we're pretty good. We have quantity of what we want. Now it's just executing, getting stuff properly processed, priced, ready to go. Do our final prep work on how our setup is going to look, all that kind of stuff. We're still far enough out. So if you are listening and you're attending, National is in just under a few weeks. This is where you guys need to be doing your final preparation. If you want a special type of carrying case or backpack, I'd get that ordered, get it in. Battery pack. Make sure you are starting that process of like making sure you have all the electronic stuff you need. Understand, yes, there is technically a Wi-Fi. It is not great. So
No.
if you make sure you can do your proper prep work on some sort of hotspot situation if you require internet for what you're going to do, or do what kind of the old school route of I am targeting this stuff. I am doing my research on this stuff, and I am going to have literal either in the notes of your phone or actual like notebook of a rough idea of market values of things you're looking
Yeah,
for.
like okay, I'm looking for card A, and I know it usually sells between 75 and $100. Okay, so now I know, pull out my notebook. Okay, this booth I'm at has card A, and they have it at $137. Okay, probably not gonna get that deal done. Next booth also has card A. Oh, they have it for $80. Okay, yeah, I know that that's a good value. I'll just buy it.
Another one that people don't think about, that we'll touch on it again when we'll do one episode that's just a deep dive on the national in the next couple weeks. But I'm just thinking of ones that are time sensitive. Make sure you have comfortable shoes. If you need to order a specific shoe that you like, get it ordered.
And don't just go with stock shoes. Get inserts.
Yes, get like, or like I have recently found a shoe brand that has been really good for my feet. I don't have great feet, but you're gonna be if you're going to be walking miles a day. So do not go in thinking that is this your regular day. I'm a flip flop guy. There's no way in how I would wear flip flops to that show. There's too many steps involved. I know a lot of people wear Hey Dudes and stuff. They're not going to be great for the amount of volume you're doing there. Like I said, backpack or Zion case, whatever you intend on carrying, get it figured out now. You don't want to be 2 days before the show and you are having to scramble to do these things. Like I said, we'll do a deeper dive on this kind of stuff with all. I mean, there's like literally 30 bullet points that I would want to touch on, but a few weeks out, you have time. Get your supply type stuff handled.
Supplies, motherfucker.
Nate, we got our new battery pack in. We got I don't even know how many
Anchor.
hours. It's a big battery.
I forget the size, but yeah, it's large.
It's more than a regular person would need for a day use of battery power. Obviously, double check your reservations, hotels. If you're driving, maybe it's time to start planning your trip. with that kind of stuff. Um, it's you don't need to do this yet. Like I said, we'll do a deeper dive, but it's beginning to make sure that you have your budget ready in cash. So if you're leaving on Wednesday morning and you by Tuesday you realize you still don't have cash, I know ATMs have limits, certain banks have limits. I don't know what your budget is, but if you have a heftier budget, I would start talking to your bank now. I know that ours does. We can't just take an unlimited amount of money out of the bank. They definitely you have to order that.
Yeah.
Other stuff, I would say it's beginning to be in the process of letting your credit card company know that you're going to be out of town, because you might be doing, if you are, some dealers do take card, and if you're living in Pittsburgh and you do 10 transactions at a show in Chicago, they might lock
Yeah.
your card or something.
Or, if you have to hit the ATM there, they might flag that.
Which me and Nate will discuss that. Do not rely on the ATM. So
No.
we will discuss that in further detail on our national episode. But just getting it in your ear to have the simplest things lined up for this show, because last minute you don't want to have to leave the show to do things like getting a different pair of shoes and waste 2 hours doing that. I have seen it happen to people, and they either they're there for multiple days, and day number 2 they are dragging hard, or they literally have had to leave the show at different times because they weren't properly apparelized.
Yes. Remember the golden rule of travel when packing. Pack enough underwear so that you can shit your pants twice a day and still be good by the end of the trip.
Yeah, I'll be taking 21 pants, not pairs of underwear. I'm just gonna wear pants, no undies. It's another thing, as we are, like I said, this is a non-important one, but don't assume you're going to be wearing any warm clothing here. It's going to be end of July, early August in Chicago. And even with AC, it will be hot in that room.
That room cooks. Mm-hmm. There's a whole lot of carrots in that stew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I said, these seem like common things, but I would say like so many people are obsessed. Like I said, we're going to touch on a lot of stuff, but so many people would be obsessed with just the card part of it. The cards are just part of it. You have a lot of other aspects.
You have a lot of other things that you have to do so that you can focus on the cards.
Yeah, we've done the drive many times. If you are driving to Chicago, I forget what road it is. I'm sure I can look into it to help you guys, but we avoid going through Chicago. You want to go, it's more miles.
You want to skirt.
Yes. You want to go out around Chicago and come back in like the backside of Rosemont. If you go through, literally hours worth of traffic if you take the wrong roads. Because early on when we started doing it, we accidentally went through closer to Chicago because it was like 20 less miles and it added an hour and a half to 2 hours. So get your travel plan in and do some of those other things I said now, because the other stuff like the research on your cards and stuff, you're going to want to do that closer to the show anyway.
Just so I don't forget it, one of my road trip essentials for this trip is going to be the mini Starbursts.
Okay.
I don't want to forget that I want those.
Oh, so you're going to listen to this episode?
Yes. I do listen to every episode.
The unwrapped ones.
Yes, the unwrapped ones.
Surprisingly easy to eat a whole bag of Starburst.
Oh, man. It's bad.
We'll be snacked up. We usually take a ton of stuff. Me and Nate looked like toddlers last year because me and him were both just like sucking on the
granola bars and applesauce pouches.
The toddler applesauce pouches. We were just crushing those. We're going to bring more this year. We went through a case in like a day and a half.
Well, yeah, we got like a box from like Walmart. We're going to either Costco or BJ's.
Yeah, we're going to get like a 48 pack this year. We're another one that I can suggest is a good water bottle. You're going to be in a concession stand place. Like they're like $6 for bottled water. Like have a good water bottle that you can fill up like at the hotel in the morning or something.
Abstract oddball one that I've never thought of until now. If you're like carrying a backpack with you or something like that, bring a little bit of toilet paper just in case, because the bathroom situations get rough.
Yeah, I don't use the bathrooms at the convention center other than to pee. I have literally gone from the convention center to our hotel room and back instead of using the
Which
convention center
our hotel
bathrooms.
room is attached to the convention center.
Still a decent walk each
Yeah,
way. It's close but not.
I'm
There.
just letting the listeners know, like, you're not leaving, getting in the car, driving half an hour back to the hotel. Maybe you don't even have to shit. It was just
It's
gas.
probably a 10-minute walk each way though.
Yeah.
It's like a still like half-mile walk each way plus whatever business you're doing.
And you got to do half of it turtling,
That would be
groundhogging.
that'd be rough. A couple other things on the forefront. Like I said, we'll come back to national stuff. Me and Nate will go through like our own lists of a full episode for that. Um, we have some new supplies we're going to be stocking. We'll make a post about that. Like I said, next week I don't off the top of my head I don't know what next week looks like for product.
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
I think Ring Kings Panini
Yes.
product. Um, there's another Panini product. I think there's a couple Panini, and then there's got to be something tops. They don't go.
There's something upper deck.
This is just the portion of the show where me and Nate just say as many different ways as we can.
Something that people will want us to touch on.
Hmm.
The situation.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that now. Um, if you follow us on social media, you know that we had a little bit of a sticky finger situation in the shop last week. Um, it was unfortunate that it happened. It has been resolved on what we are going to do. We're not doing anything further. Um, it was something we knew happened in the moment, but we didn't. It was towards the end of the visit. We didn't want to drop that and not have all of the proper information. Because as a parent, if you came to me and you said, "Hey, your kid just stole something," I would probably get defensive and be like, "Think, okay, no, like what's going on?" And if we didn't in that moment have the video and stuff all ready to go, I didn't want to have to be like, all right, well, wait here for 15 minutes while we go back through the footage and collect all of the things we need. But young man, earlier in the visit, we caught him trying to put a card in his case, called him out on it, pulled it out, we put it at the front of the shop, which he ended up not buying it.
Which that situation was, he asked for a card. He looked at the card and then walked over to a different counter with the card and put it in his case, like his Zion case. And when called out on it, he said, "Oh, I'm gonna buy it."
We're like, okay, I mean, we're not.
That's not how you do things. We'll set it up front for you, like Chad said. And from that point on, we knew to keep an eye.
Yeah, so red flags were up, and if you've been to our store, you know it's not that big. We have a lot of cameras. We have usually enough staff to cover every square inch of that place. So a couple of the guys' job was then for the rest of the visit to keep their eyes in that direction exclusively. So towards the end of the visit, a couple of the guys came to me and they're like, he did it. I was like, okay, don't say anything yet. We will immediately get on it. We immediately started looking at the footage, and it was pretty plain, dry. Like, it was as black and white of theft as you can find. Even all the little motions, I think we've watched enough like crime type stuff to know like he did the things he thought was going to help him get away with it. He positioned his case in a certain way, with a box in a certain way, set the cards down in a certain way, not knowing we could literally see all of it. And yeah, I decided to take the approach to post about it in a manner where we did not show an image of the child, with the hopes that the information spread enough that this is a small enough community, whether the parents would see it, a friend would see it, friends' parents would see it, recognize the description, and that word would get out. It did. I think we posted that at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and by 1 o'clock the next day, father came in with the son. Um, I think he understands the significance of it. I'm sure he is still trying to figure out why he did it. Um, I think I know why. I think he was told he couldn't get certain stuff, and then he didn't take no to that in a way, not realizing how serious the theft thing is. Even if the dollar amount is $1, it's still the same action. Um, and father brought the kid in. He returned the cards, apologized as good as he could in the moment. I'm a very empathetic person. Kid was shooken up. Like it, I wasn't gonna like.
He said he wasn't breathing.
He was struggling to breathe. I wasn't gonna like scold him. Like what is a shop owner? Me scolding him doesn't do anything.
No,
That's
I want all of us to have bells, and if we ever see him again, we just ring them and go, shame, shame,
yeah. Nate, Tyler, and Marty probably would have been a little stricter on it.
pitchfork,
I,
taser.
I wanted it to be a let this be handled at home. Punishment, whatever the parents see fit. I'm not wasting McCandless Police Department's resources over teaching a kid a lesson about this. They have more important things. I think at home, disciplinary stuff can go into place. We have talked to other families since then, and they already knew about it. So word already spread around parent groups and stuff. And that's kind of more so what I wanted was like just a little bit of education. The parents who weren't involved, maybe they can like continue to let their kids know, like, yeah, don't
Yeah,
do this.
we
Like,
know one parent that knows them that she had a like important sit down with her kids over it.
yeah, and like that's more beneficial to me than anything. When you have retail, you're going to have a possibility of theft. It's just something. We are always we're watching more than people think we are, even if it looks like we're not. Like if we're having a conversation with someone, our eyes are typically still surveying, especially when there's a lot of people in the store. We take certain precautions, certain stuff you can't even touch. But when in doubt, we have cameras. Like we can go back and look at anything. So it would be very difficult for you to pull something off that we can't go back and prove it. Like I said, I've told multiple people, if this was not a child, we would have immediately just put the video up and been like, hey, if you're seeing this and this was you, you have X amount of time to come back, or else we will be calling the cops, and we will be using their services for to solve this. But just a reminder, if you are a parent listening, have that conversation with your kids. It is very easy for kids to have sticky fingers with cards. They're small, they're concealable. They think they're getting away with it when they're not.
There's
And
also at times a sense of innocence that we see. There are some kids where, they're 4 and 5 years old. They, ask to see a card, even if it's like a dollar card. It ends up going in their pocket just because they think like, okay, my pocket carries the stuff and I'm going to be buying this later. Like they are nowhere even near the realm of possibility of I want to steal this.
yeah, at 5, you've heard the words stealing's bad and stuff, but you don't really get it. By 12, you know it's wrong. By mid-teens, you really should have an understanding of that. But if you're an adult, I'm not talking to the adults here who don't have kids, because you should already know that stealing is bad, and I'm not going to convince a 40-year-old to not steal if they have that intention. Like
I'll beat it into them.
I mean, that's a totally different conversation. If a 40-year-old tries to steal from us, it's a totally different situation than a sixth grader. But I hope the goal is that this sticks with this kid forever. Like he is 40 years old in the future, and he's like, I remember I stole when I was 12, and it was like the most embarrassing and shameful thing I've done, and my family and friends have brought it up numerous
And now
times.
I am the Pope.
Now I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. I know what I did wrong. But no, stealing's bad, okay?
We had an all timer yesterday. just customer interaction. This guy just very aloof, I will say. And he's showing us cards, which, like, first off, we've told him over and over again, like, yeah, this is not stuff that we would be interested in. There's nothing wrong with it. And he's like, oh, yeah, I got them all. They're all in order here. This should be this guy. And then, like, one wasn't who he thought it would be. And he's like, oh, I guess I don't have them alphabetical by letter. How, alphabetical by letter.
Yeah, he was a goofball. There was a
There is a lot.
start to finish. It was only about like 12 minutes, but it was memorable.
12 minutes and it lowered my IQ at least 12 points.
And I kept my same cadence the entire time. Probably said
Oh, I did too. But
about
in my head,
you were screaming. Yeah, about 17 times I told him we weren't interested. About that. Still gave him the time of the day. Still looked at the stuff. I'm like, yeah, we're not interested. I think at one point he's like, yeah, but they're top loaded. I'm like, okay.
we've never seen a top loader before. It's
Never.
and it was all like junk,
It was base cards.
base cards, stuff like that. And after he finally like stops trying to sell us on him, he's like, What's your highest end card? Where do you keep all the really really good stuff?" I'm like, this guy probably thinks a $50 card's high end.
Yeah, it's literally the worst question you can ask me. I hate when people ask me what's your most expensive card. First off, that's like saying like, can you show me your bank account? Equally as like you could say like, hey, what's like the coolest thing you have on display or something. But like, so like to get into your head, if you think that's a normal question, if you owned a business, immediately red flags go up. You're like, okay, this is someone casing the place looking to steal. They want to know where the highest end stuff is kept. Or it's just it's typically a wasted conversation. Because if you had asked us what's the most interesting thing in the store, I might have an answer for you, and then it can actually lead to a conversation. Whereas if it's just like, what's your most expensive thing? I mean, it's usually gonna be wax anyway. And
That also leads to one of our other favorite conversations. We'll say like, "Oh, we have this card locked away in a safe that's worth 10 grand." And we're like, "Oh, so like you can really make a living doing this." Like
those ones are always fun. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. We're
that's like going into a hospital and being like, "Hey doc, people keep dying? That's crazy."
we could do 100 more iced tea related. Very.
Like when you play too many scratchy lottos.
Ah, jeez.
Sorry to cut off your thank you for
No, I was
listening.
just no, I was saying thank you for listening. We will. I would say we'll do the national episode the week before we leave. We'll do that one probably, because then that gives people
Last minute checklist.
3 or 4 days before they leave for the show.